So, hi everyone, this is your daily divine guidance. It feels funny to be saying that because I used to do that every day for like years on end. Again, I'm feeling I might just keep this up for I don't know, like Virgo season or something. I'm just experimenting with different things. And you know what I'm laughing at? If you do happen to have heavy Virgo, I know that this will be annoying you right now, that it's upside down. I wasn't actually going to be using that as like a, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like really that was just one of the things that's for me, but I just happened to put it on one day. Basically, I'll turn it around because that is quite annoying because it would be quite good if I was doing past, present, future, but it's not the right way. But again, I think there might be something, this might have something to do with the message because everything I do is channeling, clearing, and healing energy. I don't feel like going into the big intro of these, so if you want to know my intro, you can sort of listen to any other video. But yeah, let's just see what comes up. So, like I've said in all the other ones, um, the biggest thing sort of standing out to me today is Venus, planet of love, but love partnership. You know what I mean? Love, what you value, what you find beautiful, and money is currently conjunct the South Node, which is about the past, letting go of karmic lessons, or it can be that you're repeating karmic lessons, things to do with past lives or things in your past. Like it's like a good example because as a Twinflame channel would be like if you stay in repetitive cycles that aren't good for you, like, you know, with people that would be keeping unhealthy friends, family, lovers around you, and for some people it's a wee bit of all of it, or, you know, something, you know, that's really detrimental your own well-being. So you'll be the best judge of that. But like I say all the time, actually when you're in the thick of it or lost in the sauce, you can't actually see it. In my experience, you can't see it, or you do, but you're in denial. So it's like, okay, so the way I'm saying this makes me feel this is going to really speak to not just one person, quite a lot of people, divine feminine or divine masculine. Because like I said, anything I'm talking about here, like because Virgo season is about perfection, I ain't no perfect person, like far from it. I've went through all of this, and when I was in situations like this at different points in my life, I couldn't see it. And even when I thought, oh yeah, I'm long past kind of being in anything like that, I wasn't. I was still not recognizing it, and so that's why it's so complex. And like I personally feel that a lot of people will always have some level of codependency. Not always, but yeah, there are many people that will always sort of like, you know, till the day they die will always have some level of codependency. Because like I said, it's like the one thing I noticed the strongest is, and it's quite I don't know. So again, I'm just going with this, but it's interesting that, isn't it? That's always fascinated me that, you know, when it comes to things to do with love, like romantic love, you could be with somebody for like years, right? And then split up with them, but you've still got the same friends for like 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? And but at the same time, you could have yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. It's funny. It's like it's not that what I'm feeling is not coming out the way with the words. So again, that always means something. Whenever my words aren't coming out, I feel this might be reflective of somebody that's finding it hard to put into words something to you. This again, now that could either be because it's difficult because feelings wise, or it's difficult to express feelings, or that could be like it's hard because you're going through a spiritual awakening and everything's happening all at once, especially because if you're going along with the divine detox videos, um, and I just got distracted by that helicopter out the window. Um, this is the last day of the mind, so the looking at people's mental health. So although like I said, I'm always helping people with mind, body, soul, but we're going to move on to the emotions tomorrow, and I'm actually going to film it. Confusingly, I'm going to film them all today so that I can have a wee bit of a rest. I always rest at the weekend anyway, but I'm feeling the need to have Friday off as well, because I'm actually like I'm filming this on Wednesday. I was so tired today, like, you know what I mean, like I wanted to get up early and get a few things done, and I just couldn't get up. Um, and then I think it is just my body's getting used to going like, you know, 10,000 steps every day again. So every now and again I'm having to kind of have a day where I don't do that and then get back to it. So anyway, just that, you know, I'm just sort of sharing with you that I'm going through this too, that it's like my big thing was about my health. Like I just wanted to get back into a routine of making sure that I'm going my walks, like, you know, at any sort of time, you know, just make sure that I'm already doing it. Right, so as I quiet down and focus on the beautiful things in my life, I open myself to my own healing powers. So that's beautiful. So like I said, I wasn't too hard on myself when I couldn't get up this morning. I just went back to sleep because, and the thing is, think about it, like if you sort of tune in to most of my videos or all of them, that is quite, I don't know, I was quite surprised at how hard hitting that new moon was on me because, yeah, I was just quite surprised that again, it's hard to put into words, but I definitely, wait a minute, I'm going to shut that door. I definitely strongly feel I have been channeling how some of you feel out there, because if you're new around here, that is what happens. I channel the divine masculine energy, but there's times when it can take, sometimes I work out right away, and sometimes it's like over a course of a week I'm like, oh wait a minute, or like shorter, like days. Like I said, sometimes I work out right away or a few hours, but it's just because like this morning it was like my guides were talking to me about when I done the video last night and I was tired. There was a card that had something about self-worth or feeling unworthy. I think there was a couple of cards like that. And if I hadn't been so tired, what I would have said, which is why my guides were at me, you know, in those wee hours where a lot of, you know, insights can come in, that was the core wound that I was healing during my dark night of the soul. And being a dark night of the soul teacher for almost 10 years now, you know, it's like, what I can tell you is I believe that's the case for everyone. Like, I feel everyone has to move through this feeling of not feeling good enough or not feeling worthy, and it's just in general, you know. So specifically when this is about twin flames, it is going to have a lot to do with your twin flame as well, but it's in general, you know. It's hard to put your finger on, but obviously it's not a nice feeling. But yeah, so I healed myself through listening to a whole load of audiobooks around that theme. So I'm just sharing with people because many of you could be going through a lot of the same feelings, and that is what helped me. So, right, so, what else? Oh yeah, and that's what I was going to say. It's surprising me that I was still so tired this morning because I did do exactly what I said I was going to do. Like, I went for a bath and then I went straight in my bed, like fairly early. You know, I was in my bed for like 9 o'clock or something. So it's kind of like, but actually, I suppose sometimes that might be deemed late for me because I used to be able to get in my bed even earlier than that. But anyway, the point is, you know, I just chilled and watched some programs and stuff, and then I think I must have fallen asleep really early for me, because sometimes I can be awake till like 4 or 5 in the morning, but I think I was asleep like, I don't know, I feel like I must have been asleep before 1 or something, so that's great for me. So I don't know, so like I said, but sometimes it's like you don't need to overanalyze it. Oh my god, there you go. You don't need to overanalyze it. Like that's what we would do in a Virgo sun and moon, and especially right now as I'm filming this, it's in the last anaretic degree of the wait a minute, my thing hasn't updated. I'm sure it is. Wait a minute. And then there you go. I bet you that's something that, like, you know you're right, but you're double checking. You could be second guessing yourself. Well, no, I wasn't too far off it. It's 28 degrees. So like I said, 29 is the last degree. So basically, yeah, this energy right now, if I put this out, you know, not long after I'm filming it, which is just before 2 o'clock UK time, yeah, watch out for being too over analytical. You know what I mean? Sometimes your body just needs a bit extra rest or a bit extra healing. And like I said, Virgo is about healing and health. So I just surrendered, and yeah. And then I'll get back to my plan tomorrow. So, and Virgo's also plans. But yeah, so basically with Venus conjunct the South Node, like I've said in the other videos, that is about, for me, that is about releasing unhealthy patterns, especially to do with love, but things to do with money, love, what you find beautiful, and so that could all change. Like, you could be what you once found attractive could be completely changing, like, you know, or what you once valued, you might not value that anymore. So you could have really been like hard at it, like to get the money and the success, and not so focused on like love and romance and stuff. And now all of a sudden you've had this awakening with these planets going retrograde, and you're like, I need more. Like, I need a sense of fulfillment. I need a sense of purpose. And remember, that was the word that came up yesterday with the cards. It's this isn't enough. Or like you said, it can be as well in drastic, well, not drastic cases, but it is drastic if it's happening to you. But it's drastic if you're the person that's having the realization, but it's also drastic if it's happening to the person you're with. So that's what we've got to acknowledge here. It wouldn't be nice for really anyone. And that's why people do stay in loveless relationships far too long. You could be like, wow, I once loved this person, now I don't. Or like, I love them, but I'm not in love with them. Like, these could be all the things that are coming about. Now, what I'm just realising is, I don't know, there is a card in this deck that says, I'm just going to check while I'm talking to see if it's actually, I just went past the card that says something missing when I said that. It's not a coincidence. But there's a card in here about, you know, the one that's like, it's called Loneliness, and it's got a guy looking at a couple, which is about feeling lonely while you're in a couple. I mean, it means a few things, but yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think I put it back in the deck. And so I'm just going to go and get it and then shuffle in front of you, because it might come out. Just like you said, it would make so much sense to me that because I'm going to be using the past life energy oracle, because I feel it fits with the astrology today. And then also, before I forget to say, not only is Venus conjunct the South Node, which is about past lives, Venus is actually conjunct Black Moon Lilith as well. So to me, that's definitely about like needing to look at your shadow. Like, definitely about that's how I would explain it. Like, looking at the light and the shadow in this situation, like who brings out the best in you, who brings out the worst in you. Looking at, you know, the light and shadow within yourself. Like, again, not going into denial about love, friendships as well, because friendship came up yesterday and it's been coming up loads the last few weeks. Whether it's the cards coming out about karmic friends, or there's stuff coming out about family as well. You know what I mean? It's like, it's whatever it is for different people. It's like there is a wrapping up of karma right now, and especially because, like I said, Pluto and that going into the last degree, the anorect degree, very karmic degree of Capricorn, is definitely closing out karmic cycles as well up until mid-November, when it moves back to Aquarius. So karma is in the air, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I don't know if indifferent made sense here, but again, I wouldn't normally say, like I said, everything really does make sense when I'm doing this. So again, there's just a lot of overanalyzing and overthinking energy with a Virgo moon. But oh yeah, and also, so sometime after, I think it's like tea time or something, UK time, like say like 5:30 or something, I don't know, I haven't checked that, it's something like that. I think it is about 5:30 though. It moves into Libra, so that actually would be overthinking, procrastinating energy as well. So, but it's also love, peace and harmony, balance, you know, mending things. And again, like I was saying, one of my gifts is, well, my gift is helping you find yours, my tagline, but another one is, you know, mending the bonds hurt by pride. So it's not always the case that, you know, like a family member hurts you, a friend hurts you, a lover hurts you, and it's like the end of the line. Although more often than not, because of what I actually help people with the dark stuff, a lot of the time can be that for people that tune into me. So it's important that you know what one you are and what situation you're in. and you don't, take more than what your soul can handle. You need to know when to draw the line, and not like, you can't be people's emotional punching bags as coming to me, or you can't be people's emotional dumping grounds. See, we're already going into emotions, and that's tomorrow's ones. Or a mental dumping ground, like it really just depends. Right, anyway, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go and get that card in case it comes out. Right, I'm glad I done that, because there was actually 3 cards that were in. So that's the one I'm meaning, right? Longing for love, loneliness. We've seen it come out a few times. If you tune into me quite a lot, it comes out a lot because it's so perfect for the twin flame journey. It is about when you stay in things that aren't for your highest good, but it's out of fear of change, and it's your comfort zone. It's what you know. And like I said, we all do it. We all do it in some areas of life. If you don't do it in love, like, so obviously I don't do it in love because I've been single for like over 20 years. But my comfort zone, there you go. So look, they're throwing me under the bus. This fucking Venus conjunct Blackwood Lilith in the South Node, that's hilarious. But that's what I mean about being a collective channel. I'm bloody honest. Some people would have thought it and not said it, but it just came out of my mouth because it's the God and guides me through me. That's my comfort zone. My comfort zone is being my own best friend, having my own back, and knowing that I'm going to sleep every night and there's not somebody out there like hurting me or taking the piss, you know what I mean? But at some point, it would be wise to have that experience of letting somebody take care of me like I take care of everybody else. But like I say all the time, that's not only going to take a strong man, but it's going to take, it definitely doesn't need to be a perfect man. It just needs to be a man that knows how they feel about me, and is ready to put in the effort. So right, anyway, so moving on, but that will speak to someone. So I'm shuffling these, and and also I've grabbed the one, I think that's the one that they were showing me clairvoyantly, self-worth. So you see, it's like somebody's self-worth is elevating, it's going up. So when you were maybe down here, you were settling for low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit, what the fucking hell? Again, maybe one of you plays music. I know that a few of you do, but that's quite funny, low-hanging fruit. That'd be hilarious, Charlotte. I don't know if I think it maybe was I can't remember if it was a flute that you, but that'll actually make me piss myself if it is. But it doesn't need to be a flute, but that was it. That was funny. So low-hanging fruit in love and any kind of relationships, work, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And now your self-worth's elevating, you're like, I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out of this place. And also look, the yin-yang element is there with the panda too. You get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. So that feels very apt. Right, and I also picked up another deck. But anyway, let's just... Again, I did kind of want to make these quite short, but that's another example of... Sorry, everything's falling. The tower might be falling. That's another example of just, divine feminine energy and me, like, going with the flow, which I always do. But it's like, again, to be honest... See, when I'm guided to give different sorts of channelings and activations, like a lot of the time I don't even know why I'm doing this. So I don't even know why I'm guided to do these extra ones on top of everything else. All I know is, I feel it might be something to do with anyone that isn't on the twin flame journey that's tuning in. Although, as long as you understand, it is often going to go into twin flame stuff, because it can, but that can be anything. Even if I'm talking about twin flames, it can still make sense to people out there. So, what have we got? What's the card? So, we've got Warrior. Now, that's interesting, right? Because that did come out recently as well. And I feel that this is about, like, look, I feel this is like the month of August could have been quite challenging for you if this one is going to speak to you right now, right? Courage, taking on challenges. But I feel you took on the challenge of being in something, whether it be in love or several love relationships back to back where you've settled, or and again, that doesn't sound very nice, but what it means is it's not always that the person you've settled with isn't nice. It's just that it's like you might both be like great people, but you're not like gelling in the way that you would with like someone else that was going to challenge you, you know what I mean? And I feel the challenge that whoever this is going to speak to is that the challenge was to realise that you're meant for more, and that it's like, and I feel, definitely, with the Venus conjunct Black Moon Lilith, and the South Node, it's like the challenge is basically to release the past, like release settling. For like if you're in a past cycle of staying comfortable and staying in things that don't push you to be your best self in all areas of life, then especially because if I'm speaking to twin flames here, like that's what your twin flame will do. Like that's why we all run at some point, because it's like, oh shit, this is scary, it's bringing up my trauma. Or it's like I feel like I want to be my best self for this person, I can't be arsed, you know what I mean? It's like it's understandable, but it's kind of like you soon realise, actually I do want to be my best self, and I feel like that about them, but they're going to feel that pressure from me. So as long as we can sort of find a nice middle ground with this, we can find what works. Because like I said, nobody's a perfect person. I do feel that as look, in the university of life, that is the lesson that has been getting taught to you. If you, look, 24th of August could have been significant, that one's not got a number. Right, so I'm going to read this and see what, and I also felt called to shuffle. I'm on the squeaky couch. I also felt, look, the journey. That's the journey that somebody's been on here. So I also felt guided to shuffle these. So what do we need to know? Now this could come out with like who this is for, or maybe who the karmic people are, or it doesn't need to be that, but we'll just see. The stone. Oh, that one again, right. So interesting. Oh, and a guapi. I'm sure that's about, well, I know it's about something to do with love, so I'll just quickly, the stone, it's 242, let's see, 242, and if you are new to me, I don't tend to want to read from the books, but some of these ones I've got are amazing, and so I'd rather read it from the book as well as whatever I say. So 242, because it's not me, I'm just delivering the message. Steadfast, loyal, committed and present, and if when dark it's weighted down, holding back and cold. Yeah, so I feel if you're in the kind of shadow of it, the unhealed shadows, I like to say, because if you're in your healed shadow, you're going to make ruthless decisions that are right for you, you know what I mean, as well. Like that, you need your shadow for that, to be like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, do you know what I mean? But if you're in the toxic sort of shadow, you deal with it differently. So the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is of permanence and concrete reliability. The stone's ability to transform nearly imperceptible to I can't say that to us. It changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespan. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Right, I get that. I feel this is talking about a love that never dies, right? Like it's reminding me of the sword and the stone stuff again that came out, because if you weren't here that day, and opened up at the comic, so again you might hide behind a laugh and a joke, like, so I mean that could be feminines or masculines. I feel everyone does that, not everyone, but someone does it, but look, someone's under judgment, so this could be it's time to. Yeah, look, the hunter. This is so I can see if this would make sense for some feminines, right? Regardless of your gender. But I also feel like that's specifically talking about a masculine whose self-worth is elevated, male or female, and like accepted that this love, this agape love or agape, however you say it, it's not going to go away. And so this is somebody that now feels guided to do something about it, and let go of the karmic cycles. So I'm just trying to find 254. Service, reverence, honour and joy. And when dark, spiritual bypass and righteousness. Yeah, so again, it could be like, you know, and it's also got devotion, unconditional love. And that's what the Twin Flame journey is about. What if instead of putting yourself at the centre of your spiritual practice, you put God, Goddess, nature at the centre? How would this change your approach? Such the energy of Aguapi, it is alive when we are in awe and wonder of it, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surround us, and ask for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly and heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form, like a healing balm to the modern soul. It affects last a lifetime. Right, okay, I'm not going to read the rest, but what I'm getting from that is it's like, I'm going to shuffle these because they're sitting here. This is a masculine that's like, I actually cannot run from this love anymore. It's too big. It's unconditional love that I have for my twin flame. And I realised the challenge now was these other relationships, these love relationships, these friendships, anyone around you that you feel was a part of that was like, it's like I read a book once, and I've said this for like nearly the past 10 years, but I read this book once, it must have been about 15 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. And it had something about soulmates, and it was just, some people are scouting pad soulmates. Like, they might be a thorn in your side, but they're there to help, you know, build you into who you are. And that's what karmic partners are there to do, as much as some of them can be damn right evil, to be honest. That's not always the case, by the way, but that is the case for some. It was like there to help you see your worth, and that's what I feel somebody's realising. And we'll get a card to go with this. So this was a unique, they're all unique, but yeah, I was selfish and stuck in ego. So that makes perfect sense, and that's what this alignment of Venus conjunct Black Moon Lilith and the South Node at some point today will help people do. If you're ready to let go of the past and your ego, I'm thinking of you. I get nostalgic listening to music, I think of you, and you're on my mind, and the distance between us kills me. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that, because I wasn't even going to use them. But I did want to also, oh actually I was going to read that from the book. What else do we need to know here? Body talk. Connect with the wisdom of your body for optimum health and wellness. And again, that's not a coincidence that that's what we're focusing on this month. The Guardian stands at the threshold of your progress. May your doors, paths and gates be open. I feel there's a clear thing here of, if you want to walk away from things, friendships, love, because it's not just love, friendships, love, family that are treating you not so nice, jobs that are treating you shitty, you know, it's whatever it is, it's like you've got the choice, or you can repeat the cycle, or, you know, stay where you are. And again, I know it sounds like, oh, well, why am I going to stay where I am? But a lot of people do. Like, I've been in that place in my life too, because you're scared to move on. So only you're going to know where you're at. But let's read this. So, this card reveals your history as a fighter, a warrior, challenging your opponents. You have that power and energy still, even though you may not feel that way. That was reminding me of the song, I'm sure it's The Gambler. I'm a lover, I'm a fighter. Na, na, na. I think it's that, so whatever that one is. So that might have relevance here. This card could also indicate some sort of conflict in your life. This is a karmic call to stand up for yourself. Michael, the warrior angel, fills you with strength and courage, so to trust your instincts and take action on your behalf. And again, I work with Archangel Michael and everything I do. That's why I say that all the time in the wee clearing that I do. Attack your fears and pursue your own priorities and your goals with confidence and determination. And again, Archangel Michael's to do with cutting the cord. So you see what I mean about, more so than not, when people are guided to me to watch my stuff, or to do the one-to-one work, definitely it is about needing to cut the cords with people around you, you know what I mean, because it's like, I'm here to protect people. A cautionary message of past life warrior energy calls you to be aware of fighting other people's battles for them. You may find that it turns out that others turn to you in times of difficulty, needing advice, guidance, solutions. They may even want you to take their action for them. The warrior in you is in the habit of taking on other people's causes and even their conflicts, but this can create a radical imbalance in your life. And that makes sense, because when I woke up, I did see something about that. It's like, you know, you might be taking on other people's karma. Like, they need to learn these lessons. Remember, every soul is at its own place on its own karmic path. It's not your job to jump in and fix things when others are overworked, angry, hurt, or frustrated. If this is your pattern, it's time to release this reaction, set boundaries, and create more balance in your own life. And again, we're about to literally go into the sign of balance. And Venus is already in the sign of balance, Libra, getting you to focus on that, along with the Black Moon Lilith. And let go of responsibility. Bless others and ask Michael and other angels to guide them. You have more courage than you may realise. It's time to stop playing things safe and limiting your life to only predictable activities, which is what I was channeling there. It's like staying in a comfort zone. When something arises that poses a bit of a risk or leads you into some unknown territory, that'll be why I'm getting the song The Gambler, you know, taking a risk in a good way. Although it could be literal, people having gambling stuff. Risk or lead you into unknown territory. Let yourself explore new options and investigate new directions. You can be the warrior in your own life. Be willing to fight for what you want, even if it seems a bit frightening at first. Know that you can trust yourself to handle the unknown into the unknown. Become a warrior in your pursuit of your goals. I am resourceful, capable, strong, and willing to take more risks. Yeah, so there's definitely, and again, I do feel the month of August was really teaching you about your own self-worth and what you want. And I feel it's like something to do with being pulled to an everlasting love that's it's written in the stars, it's written in the stones remember, it's like ancient love. And I've just finished channeling this at 1414, so that's the famous 144 numbers all mixed about. But I'm going to love you and leave you, and yeah, hope this meant something to someone. See you later.